people are, you know, and this is the other part I want to tell you about politics. If you forget about now politics of being elected, elected is even better. If you are a minister, you always, because you can be appointed and be removed at any time, you're always surviving on the edge. Because there's someone saying something about you at any given time, and you do not know where he's saying it. So people will say, huyu amechipanga, huyu wana mkubwa, you know, watu wataenda kwa mkubwa, mwambie mkubwa, huyu amesema mimi ndio, hakuna penye ninaenda. Mwingine anaenda kuambia mkubwa, yule alisema hata huyu rais ni bure, mimi, kama sio mimi singefika mahali. So he gave me all that story, what was happening about 1990. And so because of all this gossip, in 1990, a meeting was called and it was said he was not loyal enough. We are facing the first multi-party politics. He was bundled out. Then he gave a very historical story, left for Kanu, Nini. But by December 1992, they were looking for the same person. Kumwambia sasa, we want you, kumbe you are better. And so he narrated how that story went. In the other story that I remember is so let me say this to conclude that point, is that to survive in politics and to continue being in office and to be in an appointed public office, even if you ask Aurelia, when the PSS was about to be changed, I don't think alilala for like 2 months. She didn't tell me, but I know because I've gone through it. So to survive in politics is not easy. You are in, you are out, and to continue having the strength, you are assistant minister, you are removed. You are minister, you are moved. You do this to still be relevant. And then there is gossip. And then there are things that are written in newspaper that is not about you. So I feel for this family because I sometimes feel for what my children go through. To create time for them and to mentor them to be what they are, I think Mama, who is here, must really be celebrated because she must have been the most, I do not know the story, but the most important pillar for Mheshimiwa. For their children to be who they are, it's rare to see the humility that is in the children of Koech. You will never know Alana is a son of a minister. You will never know the sisters, that they are sons of former politicians. You will never know that from Kiptuya, although he has this, Kiptuya Kidogo has this behavior of looking like somebody who is interested in politics. Yeah, so he's my friend, so I can make fun of him. So to succeed is not easy. And I see that struggle in myself with my children. And so that is one great celebration you must have from Mheshimiwa. Number two is the stability of the country. In 2005, you all know that the only time a whole cabinet has been dissolved in Kenya is twice. Okay? In 2005 and in 2024. In 2005, the President KIBAKI lost a referendum in November 2005. I'm saying all these stories because I can't speak tomorrow. My boss will be around. So in 2005, the referendum happened, and KIBAKI had to reappoint a cabinet in December, I think 9th. So, and because at that point in time, it looked like KIBAKI is finished, completely finished. Many people never wanted to serve in that cabinet. So once he had bundled out ODM, which was at that point being formed, but it was LDP and a few other people who had come in, KIBAKI needed people to stabilize the country. So he needed a broad-based government, if you use the terms of those days. And he had to go to KANU, and particularly Honorable John Koech, to come in to stabilize his government. And as a result, he became a minister in that broadened government and stabilized the country. And contrary to the belief that many people thought KIBAKI is finished, he helped to stabilize that government to the extent that President Mwai Kibaki was re-elected in 1997. And in the process, you know what happened across our country to now. So what President RUTO did is not new. You know, it's not new. The challenges that President RUTO faced are not new. In 2005, KIBAKI was the most unpopular person. Everybody was saying uchumi ni ya watu wachache, haijafika chini, it's not nini. But Kibaki is most celebrated president today. So even the challenges the president went through last year and did what Kibaki did and broadened the government and stabilized the country, I am confident that the future of this country is in safe hands and success is ahead for us, and President Ruto will be re-elected and he will be celebrated like Kibaki in future. That is the most transformative president that ever country have. So we celebrate people like Honorable John Koech. This is the most shallow message about him. And I suspect the reason why this is very shallow is because he was a humble man. He didn't want so many things to be said. He was easy. But that does not mean we will absolve this family of their responsibility to find the right person who will write the biography of Honorable John Koech for the stability and remembrance by many generations to come, the family and the country. Because there is a lot. After I talked to Honorable John Koech, I called Isaac for tea. And I asked Isaac, okay, give me your story with Honorable John Koech. What happened in 2002? So Isaac also, I don't know Chapalungu with this principle to people. So I think Isaac also alienda kufanya makosa yake huko South Africa 2002. Is it 2002 or 97? Which year was that? 2002, yes, prior to 2002. Na hiyo ikafungulia njia Honorable John Koech to make the final comeback in cabinet. There is a very good stories from Bomet about all these people and what they used to do, but also their contribution to the country. I want to say fare thee well to Mzee, Honorable John Koech. We celebrate him, we celebrate the family, we celebrate his contribution to the nation, we celebrate his contribution to the community, Siongroi girls, and many other projects that are long-lasting that come from his family. And we look forward to uniting together at home to celebrate him tomorrow. We hope, and this is, thank you Brighton for being here, we are very keen to ensure that the function of Honorable John Koech tomorrow is as solemn and celebratory as it should be. Why am I saying this? It's because sometimes we get some noise in Bomet. And recently we sat down, for those of us who work around the president, and said, we want order and good behavior around president's functions. And so we all agreed that during the funeral of Honorable Jeptumo, that we wanted to see good order and to celebrate our colleague in an orderly manner. The funeral went very well. Yeah? Please, Brighton, musituangushe. Yeah, tomorrow. You know what I mean. I don't want to say more details, but tomorrow we want a solemn function. The head of state will be there. Let's celebrate this great leader in the best way we can. And finally, I have been asked that because now of delay, we want to find a faster way of taking the body of his honorable home. So you remember the story that he gave me a ride. So I'll be okay to give him his final ride to go home. And we are trying to make some arrangements to make sure that we will do so. Maybe some of the other family members will go by road, but we'll find a way of taking Mheshimiwa home a bit faster. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Asante sana.
Thank you, sir.